JJ the CPA. Can you be overinsured? The answer probably is yes. Now, in one area is what I'm talking about, and there's a lot of different kinds of insurances out there, as you know. But in determining if you have too much, typically that happens when you have overlaps with the kind of insurance that you have, especially, let's say, with general liability. So for instance, I own my own building, and then I have 3 different businesses in it that have distinct 3 different clients or client groups coming to it. And so I have to carry insurance on my building for my CPA practice, my insurance practice, and my litigation support practice. And when doing that, there has to be some kind of general liability on each of them. And so I'm in the process right now in working through that with my State Farm agent to ensure that I'm not like quadruple overlapped in especially that area. But the key here as well, in terms of knowing, well, do you have too much, is then getting with somebody that you trust to actually look all that over with you. And so, at least for me, my State Farm agent, who I've been working with now for probably going on 23 years, Jeff Jantz, trust him. And so anything that's related to, P&C, so, auto and home, and I have a motorcycle, and anything kind of related to that, the contents. I also have through State Farm the insurance on my building and these liabilities. But then with my life insurance, and then as it relates to your professional liability insurance, these are some other things that come into play. Umbrella insurance, I think as it relates to the other liabilities, getting with a broker can make a lot of sense, or looking at your association. But then the tricky part is on the life insurance aspect. And so I've got some other videos on this, but really to know if you have enough life insurance, in my opinion, it's not an emotional decision. It's really just a calculation. And so I've got some other videos on it, but it basically comes down to 3 things. And I know you can do a very distinct and exact calculation on it, but it just comes down to, when you pass, it'd be good that all the debt could get paid off. Secondly, what kind of legacy for weddings or college, covering those. But here's the big one that no one seems to pay attention to, is that you take what your needs are, you and your family's needs, whether you're older and an empty nester or whether you have little kiddos. Take what your monthly needs are in terms of cash flow times 200. That's the rule of 200. You can Google it. And that's the amount of life insurance you need principal-wise to then get where your family can live off of that without touching the principal, kind of assuming an average 6% rate of earnings. So be sure you're just not overinsured, meaning I don't just mean in life insurance, I mean in everything. So kind of the topic of discussion right now amongst this daily talk show that I'm doing with Amanda is talking about getting with your advisors. So get with your various insurance advisors. You don't necessarily have to meet with them. It's just reaching out and just saying, hey, can we do a review of my insurance? I want to make sure I'm not overinsured. So bottom line is if you're overinsured in one area and you can save on that, then you have additional premium saving dollars to put towards maybe something that you don't have enough of. All right, hey, thanks for listening. And for those that are watching on YouTube, I'd love it if you subscribe. If you're on LinkedIn, I'd love it if you'd pop over to YouTube. I've got a ton of videos. I have a playlist about insurance, and so you can check out a lot of different aspects of that. And then, hey, I love to end it by saying, you've never met a CPA quite like me. Y'all have a great day.
Well, here's the bottom line. You need to subscribe to my videos, right? I've given you valuable information here. I appreciate you tuning in, but here's what I need you to do. A favor, click subscribe, check out my other videos, and then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.